Fallout continues in the third indictment of former President Donald Trump. The indictment lists 4 charges, and they include conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and conspiracy against rights. Those charges are unique to the former president, as hundreds of January 6 rioters have already been convicted of conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Christopher Salas explains the significance of these charges.
The prosecutors are alleging that in an effort to remain in power, former President Donald Trump conspired to stop people from the right to vote and to have one's vote counted. President Donald Trump indicted for trying to overturn the 2020 election and blocking the transfer of power.
It was fueled by lies.
Prosecutors say Trump had the right to contest the election, even falsely claim he won. But the charges stem from alleged actions. Specifically, prosecutors say Trump and his co-conspirators tried to oppress, threaten, and intimidate people in their right to vote in an election. The indictment alleges a conspiracy that included knowingly false claims of election fraud to pressure state election officials to change results, fake elector slates in 7 states where Trump lost, sham election crime investigations conducted by the DOJ, pressure on Vice President Mike Pence to falsely alter election results on January 6th, and when all that failed, exploiting violence at the Capitol to delay certification.
This is politics. This indictment is about pure politics.
Trump's lawyers say he was engaging in constitutionally protected speech when he claimed the election was stolen.
Our focus is on the fact that this is an attack on free speech and political advocacy.
Former federal prosecutor Gene Rossi disagrees.
He didn't just take that First Amendment protected speech, he took it a step further, and he took acts to aid and abet, to conspire with at least one other person to actually stop the certification of the vote.
And Rossi says prosecutors likely made Trump the only defendant in this indictment to speed the process up and avoid any potential delays that could come with multiple co-defendants. Former President Donald Trump is scheduled to make his initial appearance in this indictment tomorrow here at the courtroom behind me. In Washington, I'm Christopher Salas, KCRA 3 News.